Hello and welcome to a GameStim beginner's level course for EVE Online. I am your instructor Rutherford and this is Piloting Your Ship. If you are viewing this from the GameStim YouTube channel, you can also enroll in the course at www.gamestim.com. Here are the course outcomes. You'll notice number 1, moving your ship in any direction. Number 2, change your ship's speed. Number 3, orbit objects. Number 4, initiate warp to objects. And number 5, dock in stations. Okay, so let's get started. First thing you'll want to do is find the undock icon at the top right corner. It says undock. Just click on the left mouse button once. And you'll notice some flashing lights there. And we are coming out of the JITA station. Now, to move around, oh, wow, look at that. Looks like someone is launching off some festival launchers. Okay, so you notice we're going forward out of the station. You always come out of a station moving forward, okay? So the first outcome is moving your ship in any direction. All you do is you click the left mouse button, hold it down, and you can move the mouse to the right. You can move the mouse to the left. You can go down and you can go up. It's very simple. That's how you look in a certain direction in EVE Online. So let's say we want to go in this direction here towards that monument. Make sure you're just looking at it and you take your cursor and you double click the left mouse button and you will notice your thrusters will fire up and you're going in that direction. Perfect. Okay. Let's say you want to now, oh, you decided you want to go up. You just go in that direction. Okay. Perfect. And it's that easy. It's that easy to move your ship around space. Now, change your speed. Let's say you are in a fleet and your fleet commander says, everyone, I want you to change your speed to 250 kilometers per hour. Maybe you've got a bunch of slower slower ships in the fleet, so you need to move at their pace. You just look down at the bottom here. This is your heads-up display. And the bottom area here between the minus and the plus, that's your speed indicator. Right now we're going 479 meters per second. If you wanted to change that, and like I said, your fleet commander said 250 meters per second, all you have to do is just climb that area. That's 260, 250, 245, pretty close. Click in that area. I just clicked once with the left mouse button. And you'll notice your speed will immediately go down to that area. If you wanted to stop, you just hit the minus button. If you want to go back up to full speed, you hit the plus button. One little trick I will tell you, if you hold down the control key and hit the space bar, you will go down to 0. Okay. What's nice about that control space bar is it'll help you stop moving or stop warping. If you told your ship to warp and you changed your mind real quick, control space, and you can hopefully stop your ship in time. You'll notice it'll say ship stopping. So that's moving your ship in any direction and changing your speed. Okay. The third objective is orbiting objects. So let's find an object that's fairly close. Where's that monument? There it is. Right now you'll notice it says we are 49 kilometers from the monument. Now another way that you can look at this is using our select item menu. This is a great menu, okay? Because you can click on the object and it says 49, but you'll also notice it says 49 here as well. Now, orbiting objects, you can click on the actual item you want to orbit, select orbit, and then you'll see you have a bunch of options, 500 meters, 1,000 meters, 2,500 meters, so on and so forth. You're currently at 49 kilometers, and then you can also set it, your default, to something. Okay. Another way to do that is to use the orbit icon on your select item menu. Okay, that's right here. I have mine set to 7,500 meters. You can change that by right-clicking on it and select default. Let's say we want to change it to 20 kilometers, which is 20,000 meters. Hit enter. So now if we click on that item and we use the orbit at the top, it will immediately go to 20-kilometer orbit. Let's just speed up just a little bit. I have no modules on this VPOL, so I'm not that fast. Okay. Perfect. You'll notice now we're getting into a 20-kilometer orbit. Pretty soon when we hit 20, the ship will then start to go around. And that's how we know we're in an orbit. Okay, so that's two ways you can orbit. You can either select right click and choose orbit, or you can just choose orbit here on your select item. That's how simple it is to orbit objects in EVE Online. Next, initiate warp. So let's initiate a warp to the station that's nearby, over here. That's the Tribunal Bureau office. Okay, one way to do it is to right click. Just like with orbiting objects, you can right click and warp to 0 meters, or you can choose the warp to within option and choose any of these here. Okay, or you can just use the warp to on your select item menu. Now, why we have this here, the warp to within, if you're in a fleet, oftentimes your fleet commander might tell you to warp within a certain amount, like 70 kilometers. That's when you would use this option. Okay, so let's warp to within 70 kilometers. You'll get the indicator that warp drive is active, and away you go. And our ship is now just initiated warp, and we are 70 kilometers approximately off the station. Perfect. That's how easy it is to warp to various objects. Okay. The last objective for the course is docking in stations. Now, docking in stations is very easy. You can either find the station. Now it's hard when you have clutter. Okay. Now, so let's just initiate warp to this object over here. I just right-clicked and initiated warp. You can select the object, initiate warp on your select item menu as well. Okay. And docking is very easy. You select the station. You can either right-click in space on that object and choose dock. Or, like most of us, you can go to the select item menu and choose dock right here. And that's what I'll do. And your ship will immediately align, jump to warp, and as soon as it gets within docking radius, right now we're at 500 meters, it should dock. There we go. And we have now just docked at a station. And that's how easy it is to dock at stations. So just to recap, we learned 5 things, the outcomes of this course, and that they were moving your ship in any direction, change your ship's speed, orbit objects, initiate warp to objects, and docking in stations. Thanks for watching this instructional video for EVE Online. If you would like to see more videos of this type, please visit us at www.gamestim.com. Thanks very much and fly safe.